Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Josh McDonald alongside Simon Miller, and we're here for the second half of our Intermountain League Varsity contest. And it's going to be the Wildcats of Kellogg hosting the Timberlake Tigers. And right now, running through the starting lineups, we'll give you Timberlake's. Starting for the Tigers, it's senior JT Wilfong, senior Dylan Kluss, junior Jacob James, senior Sheldon Kistler, and senior Chase Gardam. So those are your starters tonight for the for the Tigers. For the Wildcats, it's going to be senior Brennan Atkins, senior Brandon Miller, junior Tyler Ortley, juniors Gavin Luna, and Graydon Nearing. Wildcats beat the Tigers in their first matchup of the season back on November 30th in the Silver Valley Tournament, so almost 60 days ago.
Boy, that's been a while.
Yeah,
it's like bowl season,
yeah.
like a big layoff there.
That's a heck of a layoff, and the tip is won by the Tigers. Wilfong with the ball finds Kistler, and Kistler not afraid to handle the ball out that far away from the hoop, so the Wildcats are going to have to contend with that. Gardam with the ball, works it over to Jacob James. James takes the screen, and James, a former Kellogg player, moved over there before high school.
Yeah, son of Matt James,
Yeah.
KHS, great.
And Brandon Miller is going to take the ball inside and draw some contact and give the Wildcats a lead. The Wildcats have been a better team since Brennan Atkins came back. So let's see if the Wildcats can continue their winning ways here. They've already, like I said, beat the Tigers once this year. A very athletic steal from Tyler Ortley there. Throws it, tries to get it to Brennan Atkins, but it's going to be Tiger ball. And the Wildcats we watched them play Moscow last week.
Yeah.
Tough game for the Wildcats, but they responded the next night, went up to Priest River and beat the pants
Tough
off.
road game. Yeah, tough road game.
Beat the pants off Priest River by about 35. So Wildcats definitely better offensively that night than they were against Moscow. Wildcats right now trying to keep Sheldon Kistler off the offensive boards. Gavin Luna with the strip steal. He's going to bring the ball up, kicks it up to Miller. Miller's been kind of an offensive spark during the time where Atkins was away. Graydon Nearing going to pull up a deep three off the glass, making this a 5-0 ball game.
I don't know if he called that, but we're going to give it to him anyway.
We're going to give it to him. Some banks are open on Saturdays, Simon.
They are.
Brandon Miller, not Simon Miller. Brandon Miller with the trap. He's going to drive in, takes the contact, no good. Rebound, Jacob James. No call on that either, so referee's letting the boys play.
Yeah, I don't mind that take right there. That's a good aggressive take by Miller. I'd like to see him get out and be, like you said, be that spark plug, play with confidence. That's the big difference from, the different Wildcat teams we've seen. If they come out and they play with confidence, they do well. If they don't, they play tentative, then that's the result they get.
And this Wildcat team, when Brennan Atkins was suspended, was essentially without a true scoring option. So Miller had a tendency to be that guy, but he was coming off the bench, and he was coming off the bench scoring in spurts, and he finished each game with 7, 9, 11 points, always in that realm. Now if they can keep him playing the way he did with Brennan back, I have a feeling that those two could have a pretty special season together. Tigers pass right into a trap. That's Dylan Kluss. He passes out, dumps it off to Jacob James. James is going to pull up a little 10-footer in and out, rebound Ortley.
Good rebound there by Ortley, very physical.
Ortley kicks it over to Miller. And Miller assuming the role of ball handler right now. Big screen from Miller to Graydon Nearing. Back up top to Miller. And Wildcats kind of dealing with some of the same frustrations the girls did as Ortley dribbles in and goes high off the glass. Looking like Tim Duncan right there.
That was the big fundamental right there.
This is the best start we've seen from a Kellogg team all season.
Josh, I've been in and out of the gym for school stuff and hooking up the video equipment, which, glad we have some of the NASCO folks here tonight that helped to make that happen. But it's been really nice to watch Jeff Nearing coach this group because he does have a lot of new faces, and like you said, they played well as JV kids, so we know it's there. But I'm getting to see, just kind of stop and watch for 10 minutes and just kind of listen to Coach Nearing. He's just kind of pulling it out of them, and I think he's going to continue. They're going to continue that upward trend as we head into districts and league play.
It's a tough road right now. You come from seasons where the Wildcats had a 45-game IML winning streak snapped a couple weekends ago in Bonners Ferry. You heard that right. They hadn't lost against an Intermountain League opponent in 45 games up until that loss to Bonners Ferry.
That's impressive.
And you know, I mean, I guess at this point, if you, all things considered, if they win tonight, they'll be 47-1 in their last 48. That's still not bad.
You got to start a new streak,
yeah,
I guess.
You know, always, and these are kids that Nearing's had on an AAU program, so he's very familiar. It's just getting that next level of basketball out of them, and I think they might have rounded a corner last weekend against Priest River. Brendan Atkins with the steal, and he is off to the races. Loses the ball off Wilfong's foot, and none of the officials were even remotely quick enough to get up the floor.
That 2-2-1 press of Kellogg looked pretty good there. Miller cheated a little quickly there, and they got away with it. But it would be interesting to see if Timberlake picks up on that. Miller's cheating a little too soon on that trap, and we'll see if they pick up on it.
And they go inside. Oh, I thought they went inside. They go inside now to Luna. Luna thought Miller was going high post, dropped it off to him, right into the hands of Jacob James. James going up court, dribbles into trouble. Tyler Ortley all over him. Kluss is going to find, that's Wilfong. Wilfong dumps it off to Kistler. Kistler's brother, Vance, a few years ago was quite the player for this Tigers program. And Sheldon, no slouch himself. Big guy, can handle the ball, very athletic. They go inside. That's Dylan Kluss. He's going to get fouled. Kluss can go off if you give him even a little bit of space. With that long body, he is a threat to shoot. He's got a nice stroke from the outside, too.
You know, Graydon Nearing came down on that defensive just there on that possession. Didn't really need to foul there. I think Dad kind of came over and talked to him a little bit. You got a jump shooter that's fading to the side, and Nearing just kind of came in, kind of crashed the party, and kind of picked up a cheapo foul there. So I think Dad reminded him that you don't need to do that.
Well, and that shot right there is one that, you know, it's not quite a jump shot from the elbow. It's not quite a layup. It's not that little 10-foot floater. So in momentum, that's a tough shot to hit with no one guarding you at full speed. So no need to foul there. Kluss goes 1 for 2 from the line. Brandon Miller almost dribbles into the trap, finds Atkins. Atkins dumps it off to Ortley. Ortley goes up, decides not to shoot it, finds Miller in the corner, and Miller, no good. Rebound, Luna. Luna goes back up off the glass in for 2. It's a 9-1 ball game.
That's a good recipe right there, getting Luna active down there on those rebound second chance points. He's an ox down there.
We got to get Luna. Oh, my goodness. Brandon Miller is, and I think we talked about this last time, the kid does not look much like your prototypical basketball player, but he is incredibly strong. He is ridiculously fast.
He's quick. Yeah, he is quick.
And he's intense. He plays with an intensity. Timberlake trying to get the ball in. They do. Inbound up top. Trying to go to the corner for a 3. Didn't get it. Wilfong gets stripped by newcomer Tyrell Davis. Finds Atkins. Atkins dumps it off to Raiden Ricketts. Another newcomer. It's in for 2. And I have seen the combination of Brennan Atkins and Raiden Ricketts score 60 points against Sandpoint when they were freshmen.
Wow.
They were incredibly talented at that point. Ricketts is just a pure athlete. Wildcats right now flying around. That's one thing this Wildcats team can boast that other teams can't. Nice shot from Jacob James. They are immensely athletic, whereas they might not be the most polished basketball playing teams that Kellogg's had. They are incredible athletes, and they can get up and down the floor with the best of them. They're not going to get tired. They just got to make sure they're putting points on the board. Atkins with a hand in his face knocks down the 3 and pushes this lead to 11 here early. It's a 14-3 ball game.
They look pretty confident tonight, don't they?
Yeah, they're looking real comfortable, and that's a scary thing for the Wildcats. Kluss doesn't take the jump shot. He's going to slap it out of bounds, and the entire Wildcat bench, including Jeff Nearing, jumped up to argue that call. So right now, just we're seeing some intensity and excitement from the entire Wildcat team, something that, you know, hasn't always been there this entire season.
You know, the lineup previous to this, I did like seeing Miller do a lot of the ball handling. They kind of forgot about Atkins there for a little bit. Now he's starting to kind of, you know, find his spot. So nice little change up.
Exactly. Atkins working on Wilfong. Wilfong is a strong defender. Atkins fires it out to Ricketts. Ricketts will try a 3. No good. Good-looking shot, though. Rebound, Kistler. Kistler gets it over to Wilfong. Wilfong's defense on Atkins on that last possession, understated. He was not letting Atkins get a clean look there. Wilfong's going to get a decent look at a shot. Goes up over the top of Atkins. No good. Rebound, Tyrell Davis. Davis kicks it ahead to Ricketts. Wildcats have 4 guys on the floor right now who can comfortably handle the ball. Davis dribbles in, loses the ball, but bails it out with a kind of a wild pass. Atkins shot no good, and I'm really trying to figure out what Ortley was trying to do down there.
Ortley was doing a reverse double Euro step, and I think that means about 5 steps.
And in the NBA, you might be able to get away with that, but in no way did he ever even attempt a basketball move. Justin Waller now checking into the game for the Wildcats, along with Logan Jerome. Jerome logged several starter minutes early in the season.
You know, Josh, before the game, I was kind of just walking down. There's a quick shot by Timberlake. Jerome is getting big.
Yeah, Jerome's getting big. Nice outlet pass from Ricketts to Waller. Sheldon Kistler just ran down a guard from 3/4 court away and forced Justin Waller into a tough shot. Picked up his first foul, just the team's first foul. So 6 minutes into the game, only 2 fouls have been called in this game. Waller will go to the line.
Looked like a heat-seeking linebacker on that one.
Big, fast kid. Waller's first shot is in. Justin Waller sporting a new haircut, too. Looking nice and clean up top.
I didn't recognize him.
I didn't. During warm-ups, I actually had that thought. Did they bring somebody up? Second shot from Waller's good, making a 16-3 ball game.
A couple of silky smooth free throws right there.
It's a good-looking stroke from Waller here. Timberlake trying to break the press, and newcomer to the game. I'm trying to see the name there. That's Dawson Kramer. Kramer tries to go up over Luna. No good. Wanted a foul. Stripped. Come down the other way, and Raiden Ricketts' shot is denied by Dylan Kluss.
Pretty good job by Ricketts to get in the paint there. Maybe a 2-foot jump stop and a pump fake would have done wonders. Still, nonetheless, Kellogg ball. So let's see if they can capitalize on the inbound.
Newcomers to the game as Logan Jerome goes up and in for 2. Timberlake has Dawson Kramer in at guard, and Wyatt Dickinson. He's a 5'9" junior kind of forward. He will bring the ball up if necessary. Kistler with the ball. Finds Dickinson. Dickinson into James. James off the glass for 2. 18-5 ball game. And the Wildcats are already across half court. They try to go inside to Logan Jerome. It's going to be Wildcat ball under their own basket. Luna going to get a breather. That was one thing the other night we talked about. Luna did not get much rest in that game against the Moscow Bears.
No, he was running paint to paint all night.
Yeah, and against a very big Moscow team. Ricketts pump fake, dribbles in, has a shot blocked, gets his own ball, goes to dump it off to Tyrell Davis, and just some mental errors. You got to get them fixed. Not anything.
Just got to not panic there, and you get your shot blocked.
Yeah.
You get it back. Hey, you got it back. You don't have to get rid of it. There's no rule. You have to give it,
Ricketts just needs to
gather
keep
yourself.
on attacking. And Dawson Kramer loses the ball out of bounds. And, right now the Wildcats don't look like a team that is 3-11 on the season.
Putting some points up. We're in the first quarter here.
Yeah, this is
Roger Grosvenor would have liked this. He would have been already probably on the 100-point bandwagon. He's already said we're off pace now, but we were on a little bit ago.
Tyrell Davis with a little hesitation there. Thought he was going to pull the trigger. Wildcats going to reset their offense here. Waller, nice silk move. Gets his arm hit on the floater attempt. No good. Ref doesn't call it. Kistler with the ball gets it ahead to Kramer.
Waller's height hurt him there. They just didn't think, they didn't think there was a foul there because, there's such a height discrepancy. But
yeah.
Probably gotta keep finding your spots there.
Kluss is gonna dribble in, nice little floater, hits the back iron, no good. Rebound, Ortley.
Ortley's doing a great job on the boards tonight, just all over the glass.
Ortley is a big kid, and he is incredibly athletic. I have been watching Tyler Ortley play for a long time. As a matter of fact, I was his neighbor a few years ago, and I remember when he was just a little kid in my driveway shooting hoops, and now he has matured into this 6'3",
pretty big athlete, yeah.
Big athlete, just absolutely sturdy kid. And when he goes up to get rebounds, he's just absolutely devastating for guys who might be bigger than him but can't jump as high as him.
Yeah, he's really on the other side. He's missing a little go-to move, or it doesn't even have to be a finesse game. He's missing a little signature. When I get it here, I'm scoring. And then I'm going to get 10 more on rebound putbacks, and there's a 15-point-a-night kid. He just needs that signature move.
I would be happy if we saw him hit a few more of those jumpers.
Oh, yeah, that glass was nice.
Threes.
Yeah, that was nice.
I would be incredibly happy if we saw a few more of those Tim Duncan-esque bank threes.
That was high off the glass, too.
Wildcats.
See if we can get a point here, get a couple points or a three here to close the quarter out.
10 seconds left. Ortley with the ball. Swing it up top. Stolen by Kramer. They spied that play the entire way. Logan Jerome almost with the chase down block. Wildcats with the ball in the quarter, and it's going to be 18-7.
Well,
Logan
that's
Jerome.
not how we wanted to end it, but
No, that was like the exact opposite. So at the end of one quarter, though, it's Wildcats on top of Timberlake, 18-7. We'll be right back with the second quarter. Thanks for watching Channel 3 Sports.
Josh, I'm going to go ahead and bring us back in here, Andrews Gymnasium. Wanted to, as we begin the second quarter, talk a little bit about what has made this possible. A nice, generous donation from the folks at NASCO got the spark going on here, and then we rode the momentum and experience of Jared Young and the Channel 3 program up in Wallace. So just kind of wanted to shout that cooperative out. Some good things coming. We're planning some changes and some additions, and it's just a good cooperative of the whole valley and two schools working together, and Mullen as well. We brought them on last week as well.
And we will probably try to get some more Mullen games. We figured out our technical difficulties that we experienced then. But all in all, you know, we're just happy to be bringing you local sports here, filling kind of a void that was left when the radio station went under.
Yeah, George and Paul, you know, they did that. They were a mainstay for many decades.
40 years.
It's a big void to fill. We're trying our best, but those are big shoes to fill.
Yeah, we're having a good time. So there was an odd offensive foul called there as Tyler Ortley tried to make a break toward the basket. Dylan Kluss pulled him to the ground, but they called an offensive foul on Brandon Miller for an illegal screen. That's Miller's second foul. The Wildcats' second foul for this half. Wildcats still on top, 18-7.
I think he just got bamboozled on that one. I don't know. I don't think he even realized what happened.
Yeah, it was a odd call to make, but I love what I do. Dawson Kramer with the ball, kicks it out to Jacob James.
Oh, that's
Jacob
a nice
James.
shot, Jacob.
That's a nice shot from a kid that we had hoped to see doing that in a Kellogg uniform about 4 years ago.
Indeed, indeed.
That was a group that we had a lot of hopes. Nice tip pass from Jerome to Ortley. Ortley just got destroyed at the rim. No foul called. And Wyatt Dickinson bringing the ball up, kicks it over to Dawson Kramer, back to Dickinson. Dickinson goes baseline to James. Almost tipped out of bounds by Logan Jerome. Timberlake will recover. Wilfong with the ball. Over to Dickinson, three-point line. Atkins all over him. Errant pass from Dickinson intended for Kramer. And Graydon Nearing dribbles in, trying to get the lay-in. Kramer tried to bait him into the block, and a hard foul.
Almost got that one to go, too. It was almost an and one, just not quite enough to get it to go down.
A hard foul going to be charged to Dawson Kramer there, but if I'm Coach Mike Minty, I don't know if I'd to be terribly happy with the decision-making there to try and, if you're fast enough to slow down and time the block, you should be fast enough to get down and try to take a charge.
Right, right.
That could have been an and one or potentially even a dangerous play for both players there. Graydon Nearing missing both of those free throws there. Oh, I'm sorry, one of those free throws.
Yeah, he got the first one. Got the front
there.
end, yep.
And free throw shooting has been an issue for the Wildcats this season. They haven't exactly been stellar from the line.
So far, they're 3 of 4 tonight. We'll see if they can keep that trend going. 75% wouldn't be bad, but yeah, they have been struggling a little bit.
And right now, the Wildcats press. Ooh, my goodness. Playing a refs letting them play a physical ball game, and it's been that way on both sides of the ball as both teams have kind of flown around on defense. But that is a I mean, the referee must have thought that he saw something clearly to not call that a foul on Atkins.
And Atkins did show some really good body control. There was still contact, but maybe just enough of overcorrection that he went, there wasn't an advantage gained.
Right, and body control at the same time moving his feet.
Yep.
To not fall there.
And he didn't reach. I think if he would have reached, it would have been automatic, but it was just kind of incidental.
On that screen there, Coach Jeff Nearing is giving referee, and I'm trying to see, I can't remember that official's name, giving him an earful there. He thought that Sheldon Kistler kind of gave Brennan Atkins a mouthful of forearm on that screen there, and Nearing wasn't terribly happy about it. He's talking to referee Billy Bope about it, doing the exact same thing, showing him what happened. Kistler's first free throw is up and in, making this a 19-11 ball game. And, it's hard at this age, the time that we live in. You don't see very many professional athletes setting the greatest screens. You don't see it so much at the college level either. My goodness, Brennan Atkins is fast. But it's awfully tough to get these kids to do it when everyone they see doesn't set the right ones. Raiden Ricketts going to get a wide open three. No good. Rebound tipped out of bounds off Ortley.
Not a bad look there by Ricketts, in and out. I'd still like to see a little bit of ball movement. I'd like to see these bigs get the ball and let them see if they can get some foul, so get Timberlake in some foul trouble down there.
I'm a little curious here because Wildcats are running their traditional 2-2-1 press. And instead of having guys up at half court right away, they're having two guys play man-to-man and just kind of chasing whoever has the ball. And then they have their guys on the other side of half court waiting to trap.
It makes it real hard.
It's an odd-looking press. It's unlike the 2-2-1 that we've seen them run so successfully over the past decade. So interesting choice there from Jeff Nearing.
Yeah, a little more aggressive front end, but your middle guy's got to be real disciplined there because you're going to get some guys coming at you full speed.
And a great pass there from Sheldon Kistler from the corner all the way across the court to Chase Gardam. And this Timberlake team has the athletes to move the ball around almost at will. It is incredible to see how big and long these guys are as the Wildcats force a turnover. It's just a matter of they need to kind of turn that into some buckets there as Tyler Ortley's pass almost goes out of bounds. Atkins back out there kind of settling.
Just a little out of sync on the offensive end. Needs something to click here.
Ortley goes baseline, pulls up, nice over the top, no good. Rebound Kramer. Kramer skying for that board there. He's going to dribble up. And this Dawson Kramer is a quick guy.
Got his pocket picked there by, was that Ricketts or
I think
Davis?
It was Davis, but a ton of contact there as Kramer and Ortley and Ricketts got tied up. Ricketts is going to take advantage of kind of an errant pass, misses the shot, gets his own rebound, and got to be frustrating to be the Wildcats. Raiden Ricketts in particular.
Ready to pop that ball in his hands right there.
He just needs to see that ball go through the net one time.
Hey, that was not for lack of effort. I appreciate the young man, going after it over and over and over. He's going to get it eventually, right?
And Ricketts is, right around that 5'11", 6 foot. He's in that gray area right there.
Yep. He's in that tweener area.
Yeah, and he's trying to get those putbacks with big guys down there. This is not a small lineup that they're playing with. Atkins gets the ball in the corner. He's going to dribble out.
I hate that pickup dribble right there. You got to keep that going, get it to the other side.
We talked about in YBL, talked to my kids about not picking up their dribble right there in the corner. Ricketts takes a nice screen, dumps it off to Jerome. Jerome doesn't look at the shot, finds Atkins though. Atkins shot, no good. Rebound corralled by, I believe that's Chase Gardam. Gardam gets it ahead to Kluss. Kluss loses the ball, stolen by Ricketts. Ahead to Davis.
Got to be smart here.
And Davis tries to go around Kistler and loses the ball out of bounds. And, we keep respecting the officials for letting them play a physical ball game, but at some point, they're going to have to call a blocking foul or two.
Yeah, there is a lot of contact on those.
We've had several calls both ways that have kind of blown our mind as to how they haven't resulted in fouls. Kistler with the ball, dumps it off to Kluss. Kluss' little 10-footer, no good. Gardam and Davis fighting for the ball. Kistler comes up with it, goes up. And Timberlake has cut a once 12-point lead down to 6.
Wildcats got to get something going on the offensive end. They're just not making anything happen. They're getting stagnant, and they're not making good reversals.
Ricketts going to try another three, and oh my goodness, he has had his three-pointers hit every part of the hoop but go through the net.
And how horrible is that luck? Jerome had position on the rebound there, and it went to the other side of the rim after rattling off twice.
Kistler dumps it off to Gardam. Nice pass, floats it in. It's a 19-15 ball game here with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Wildcats need to do something here to stop the bleeding. Wilfong is trying to get the ball, and we're going to get a timeout here.
Wildcats have 1 point this quarter, Josh.
Yeah, in 5 minutes of play, and it's coming off of a free throw from Graydon Nearing. And one of the things that we've talked about at length with this Wildcat team is, you know, a lack of true ball handlers and not necessarily, but floor generals.
Yeah.
The Wildcats have been a team over the years who have had almost a surplus of them.
There has been, yeah.
Between the Jeremiah Big Springs, Ryan Beggerleys, Nick Serranos, Garrett Wentz, Toby Colburn, Gus Colburn, even for Tucker Gus,
yeah,
Chase Jerome, Tyler Gibbons, guys that if the ball ends up in their hands, you're not concerned about what's going to happen.
And part of that's ball handling. We have guys here that can handle the ball, but there's also that nuance of knowing what to do on the court, where to go,
and
when to pick it up.
Panicking.
Yeah, that's all stuff that you can have mad handles, but if you don't have that awareness of the court, you're going to make mistakes.
And Davis with some slick footwork of his own, and he goes knee to knee with Wilfong. That was knee to knee. I don't know if there was just a crossover or if it was the fact that there was contact knee to knee.
Yeah, it looked like he did knock knees with him. I hope that's what it is.
I don't know.
It's not a twist.
They're working on it in a way that it could be potentially devastating if they do a tension test. Yeah, they're doing structural testing right now. Brennan Atkins. That was absolutely one of the most wicked crossovers I have ever seen. And I thought at first they'd knocked knees, but as Atkins ran over to the bench, he said, we didn't even touch.
Yeah.
So if it was just Atkins lightning, I mean.
He crossed him over really severely.
Atkins is so fast. Hopefully he's okay, and it's just a something mild. But the air came out of the gym there. Atkins with 2 points, bringing that lead back to 6. Gardam with the ball, dribbles into the trap, out to James. James will spot a 3, off the front of the rim, rebound Luna. Luna goes out to Atkins, and nobody got in position to grab that ball. But Tyrell Davis will take a nice deep 3. Can't corral the rebound as Gardam. Jerome will go up, draw a ton of contact, and he's going to go to the line. He's going to get that foul on Dawson Kramer there.
Pretty savvy move for the sophomore there. I do like what I'm seeing out of Jerome. He's really starting to emerge.
A pump fake and then the use of a dribble and the one power step.
Yep.
And Gardam was too far gone in the air. Jerome's free throw is good, making this a 23-15 ball game. I'm sorry, 21 or 22. They put that point up there awfully fast. I thought it was already 22. Second free throw for Jerome coming. Off the back iron, rolls in. 23-15. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the first half of play. Wildcats on top, 23-15. And a perfect press break there from the Tigers results in a wide open lay-in for Dylan Kluss. Tyrell Davis dribbling haphazardly into the trap. And the ball was clearly tipped somewhere for it to change direction the way it did. Whether it was a hand or a foot, I'm not entirely sure.
You know, that all started, that press break down here. I think it was Nearing got caught on that backside, forgot to shift down and cover the hole.
Yep.
Really got to be disciplined on the backside of that as teams progress throughout the game and start to break that press. You really got to get back in the hole there.
Well, and then on the flip side, Tyrell Davis dribbling into the trap.
Yeah.
Slowly, with no real intent. Kistler's 3 no good there. Rebound, Gardam. Gardam gets the ball finally out. Jacob James dumps it off to Wyatt Dickinson. Dickinson back out to James. James goes inside Kistler. Kistler will go up. Airballs the lay-in, and Gardam's going to pick up a foul on the rebound there. And some of these fouls.
After what we've seen with some of the physicality.
After what we've seen from some of the other stuff, some of these fouls are making very little sense to everyone in the Andrews Gymnasium right now.
Not to take anything away from Jerome there either. I love that he got up and got that rebound. He needs to be strong with the ball when he comes down because that normally wouldn't get called. So
And another errant offensive set from the Wildcats results in a steal from Chase Gardam. Gardam gets it ahead to James. And I'm not entirely sure what the Wildcats are trying to do here. Nice rebound from Jerome, who just snatched that from over the top of the Timberlake rebounder there.
Jerome's really starting to grow in the game.
And Graydon Nearing kind of gets the ball stuck, but they're going to pull it out and reset. Atkins with the only player with any real varsity experience as Jerome pulls the trigger from deep. Rebound Kistler. And sometimes there are a few sets here, like we've seen the last couple minutes, where that inexperience has shown through at a kind of a frustrating level, Simon.
Yeah, they're not getting into the execution of the offense or just the feel of the offense. It's always quick shots.
And Timberlake, meanwhile, is picking apart this Kellogg zone. Wildcats only on top by 4, 23-19. Atkins going to dribble in, picks up his dribble, fires it back out to Nearing. Nearing gets the pump fake, doesn't take the shot.
Probably could have had a three-point.
He'll take this one, though. Good-looking shot from Nearing. Hits the side of the rim and pretty much only enough to not call it an air ball. But Dickinson with the rebound pushes it ahead. Gardam with the ball. 6 seconds left. Gardam dribbling the wrong direction, takes the screen. And James is going to get the shot off. No good. But I'm not entirely sure what Timberlake was doing on that last possession there. I don't necessarily think Coach Mike Minty was happy with his forward setting up the offense, but at the end of the first half, the Kellogg Wildcats are on top of Timberlake 23-19. We'll be back with some comments and some stats as well as the second half after a little break. Thanks for watching Channel 3 Silver Valley Sports Live.
Well, Josh, we're back here at Andrews Gymnasium. Halftime festivities are coming to a close. We were entertained by the KHS Pep Band. It looks like they're packing it in for the night. I thought maybe they would just be taking a break, but they did a great job. I wanted to take another moment to recognize some individuals and companies. Rick Luna and Rusty Shepard at NASCO really came forth this summer with a very generous monetary donation, and we've gotten some things rolling there. We'd like to grow it. We'd like to do more events. I would like to thank Jared Young at Wallace and Chris Lund and the great Channel 3 program up there. JP Webb, I mean, he's invaluable. So just excited to keep this going.
Absolutely. It's been a lot of fun, and we're all kind of learning this together, especially the live streaming component. And it's been a good time. So excited to see where we go. And once again, thank you to all those groups that have made it possible.
We're going to work on the advertising platform a little bit. So, KWEL did have a great collection of ads, people that would sponsor. We want to get that in digital format, get that in video format. So look for that in the next, week or so, or a couple weeks, as we get our feet underneath us and learn this.
And don't be afraid to get a hold of Jared or Simon if you are a business owner who wants to get involved in that.
Definitely.
On the opening possessions of the second half here, both teams trading turnovers. And
probably not what they talked about at halftime.
I can't imagine they discussed it
or
too
wanted
much.
it. Yeah, probably talked about it, but probably talked about how to not do it.
And the Wildcats electing to go with their same starting lineup. Meanwhile, JT Wilfong noticeably absent from the Tiger lineup. He is back on the bench, though, so I'm not entirely sure what his status is here in the second half. Right there on that take, it's Dawson Kramer getting to the rim and not getting the bucket, but drawing the foul there, and he's going to get that foul on Tyler Ortley. Ortley, I thought, had position. I thought it was Miller from behind, kind of a blessing in disguise. That foul didn't go to Miller. Wilfong still being worked on by Timberlake's trainer.
Down there on the end? Is that them down there on the end?
Right there where...
oh, yeah, I see him right there, yeah.
And she was on top of him as soon as his...
Yeah, they were down. They were right on it.
And I'm hoping that she didn't see something that is telltale of things to come as Kramer knocks down the first free throw. Second free throw hard off the back iron. Rebound by Jerome. Jerome can handle the ball fairly competently. Wildcats get the ball up court. Miller back in the game, and he didn't play much in the second quarter.
Miller was not did not merge much or didn't show much in the second.
Nice floater off the glass from Brennan Atkins. Atkins doing everything in his power to try and get his team fired up. Kramer with the ball, just working it back and forth with Jacob James. Errant pass falls right into the hands of Jacob James. He's going to dump it off to Gardam, who knocks down the 15-footer. Wildcats on top by 3 here.
That was a missed opportunity there. That was a potential turnover on that 2-2-1 press, and they just didn't jump on it.
Yeah, just flat-footed. Miller right there can't corral in the pass. And just some out-of-control play here. Graydon Nearing, I think with him being a ball handler, they expect him to dribble drive and do a little bit of penetration, but unfortunately, he doesn't seem confident in his ability to get to the rim.
He doesn't go get it. He doesn't go get it and want to do it.
He doesn't try to get to the rack, and so as Gardner knocks down the same shot again to cut the lead to 1, they really need him to be more assertive here as Miller and Kistler collide, and that was a heck of a collision there. Miller put Kistler on his back. Miller's going to pick up his 3rd foul and head right to the bench, and you can see that Brandon Miller is frustrated. And Coach
Nearing's looking pretty exasperated at this point. It's probably not at all what they talked, what they coached him on.
When you pick up a really early, substantial lead, the way the Wildcats did. I mean, at one point the score I think was 18-3.
18-3 or 4, yep.
And since then you've been outscored 21-7. You have to start to take inventory of what your team is doing, and right now, like we said, Graydon Nearing needs to somehow assert himself offensively, because it can't just be the Brennan Atkins show on offense. Atkins dares Kramer into the trap. He dribbles through, takes the contact, and Timberlake is now winning this ball game, 26-25. Nearing with the ball, dribbles up, pulls it out, thinks about it, once again gets down in there and won't take the shot.
I'm not seeing, Josh, I think what's missing, I'm not seeing an identity from the Cats. I'm not seeing it's not clear to me what they're trying to do.
It's Atkins. If Atkins isn't trying to score the ball, it seems like no one is.
That's right. That's what. It's just, to me, it just doesn't, they're not finding what they're going to focus on and do. And that doesn't mean that Jeff hasn't told them. That just means they're not doing it.
Right. And once again, Kramer gets into the paint unchecked and is eventually fouled. But the Wildcats letting, if I'm Coach Nearing, I'm pulling this press off. It's fallen apart on the last, I think, every possession this half.
Yeah, the press has been ineffective.
It was great to start the ball game, but ever since they started that run all 23 points ago, it has been all Timberlake breaking that press with ease as Kramer ties the game at 27.
And coaches make adjustments, so you milked that press for as long as you could. Timberlake has been fairly good at running out with the ball a little bit, which is sort of neutralized that press. So you got to mix it up and do something a little different now.
Ricketts with the rebound there off the missed free throw. The score remains tied up top with the ball.
So let's see, what are the Wildcats trying to do here? What's our identity? Atkins wants to score. We know that.
There's no one in the post really trying to do anything. I'm not entirely sure if they're trying to run the old motion set that Coach Jeff Lambert installed all those years ago. If they are, it doesn't look anything like the version we saw run so successfully for all those years.
No, it doesn't. It's not resembling that at all right now.
But they're not posting up Luna, and they have four guys kind of catching and dribble driving, but only two of them seem terribly willing to go up once they get inside the paint. So
it's tough to manufacture some points when you don't have somebody looking. You're not getting them in good position, and then when you are in position, you're not looking to score. So the Cats really need to snap out of it here.
Right there on that inbounds pass, Jerome had a good look there. They elected not to pass it. Graydon Nearing goes high post to Luna, and the Wildcats spend just as much time dribbling away from the hoop as they do dribbling towards it. There we go, right there. Graydon Nearing finally electing to shoot from in the paint, showing us that he can. It's a 29-27 ball game. Wildcats need to see more of that out of him.
Very assertive. That was what we want to see.
Yeah, and almost stolen by Raiden Ricketts. They get the ball into Kluss in the corner. I'm surprised he didn't pull the trigger there. He dribbles in, kicks it out top to Kistler. And they're moving the ball around really well. As Luna gets the nice grab there. Atkins dribbling up is stripped. Once again,
that was a nice pass by Luna, steal and pass. Nice little floater to get him in space.
The officials aren't fast enough to keep up with the action, so they couldn't even make a call to see if that went out of bounds off of Atkins or what had happened there. Nearing gets the ball back in the corner off the inbounds, goes high post to Luna. Luna trying to get something out to Atkins, and we're back.
Are we going to see another good possession here, or are they just going to be stuck in the mud?
And that was a good possession right there.
That was better.
Luna probably, most of the time I chastise big guys for pump faking.
Right.
I want them to go straight up. That was probably one of the few times where Luna could have afforded to pump fake, and Kramer is not big enough, I don't think, to affect Gavin Luna.
Right.
On an up and
like our
foul.
Bigs aren't overly big, but they're not down there with a bunch of guys that are outside.
And Luna, if he had pump fake, could have gotten the foul and the basket there instead of having the shot partially blocked and the foul. Luna goes 1 for 2 from the line there. Reestablished Kellogg's lead at 3. Dickinson, and they're running a 3-guard front to break this press now. Dickinson crosses half court, does the cardinal sin of that press. Kluss catches the ball, and a double dribble completely missed there. Dickinson with the ball, fires it inside to Jacob James, and he'll hit the little 9-footer, and a horrible double dribble missed right there. Wildcats with the ball, Luna high post.
Jacob James having a nice, quietly good night. I mean, it's a good one. He's not really, everywhere. You don't hear his name a lot, but when he's gotten the ball in space and gotten looks, he's knocked them down. Very good game for him tonight.
Jacob James has almost in the ladder of his career, Ray Allen style game. It's not anything explosive off the dribble, but if he gets looks with a shot, he's going to hit them. Atkins dribbles in, takes a ton of contact from Chase Gardam, and Gardam, who is 6'3", very athletic, long arms, can jump out of the gym. Atkins using his height disadvantage to his advantage to draw the contact there. Atkins gets the shot, and I tell you what, as soon as the ball leaves Atkins' hands, it looks like it's going in. Just the rotation on it and the trajectory, you feel.
It's very aesthetically pleasing, isn't it?
Yes. You feel very good about every time that ball leaves his hands. And he has been brilliant since his return from suspension.
That is good to see. It was good to see him bounce back, and it's a well-deserved breather he's going to get right here too.
Yeah, they're going to need him to get back in that game quick though, because we've talked about it at length. What is the offensive identity for these Wildcats with Atkins off the floor? There's a tip, falls delightfully into the hands of Jacob James. They're moving the ball around real well. Gardam can hit that shot just about all day. A random, unusual miss, and an errant pass from Ricketts trying to get Waller in space. But once again, we talk about Chase Gardam's speed and length.
Yeah.
I was
good combination.
He was dunking in warm-ups.
Really?
That's technically a technical foul, but again, aesthetically pleasing. I enjoy a good dunk, even if it is just a regular one-handed jam.
Is it only high school now that's illegal to do it in warm-ups?
Yeah.
Because I went to the Gonzaga game the other bit with a good buddy of mine, Ken Lagerquist, and they were just dunking all over the place in warm-ups.
Awesome screen there from Ricketts. Freed Tyrell Davis up for a jump shot, but it got tipped. And back come the Tigers. Jacob James finds a great look to Chase Gardam, who misses. And Gavin Luna and Jacob James get tied up. I thought that was a jump ball. I didn't think that was a foul. The contact did not come till after both players had hands on the ball.
Wildcats kind of getting out hustled for the ball. I mean, like you said, 50-50 balls, sometimes you don't get them, but Timberlake's getting a lot of them tonight.
There is, sometimes they just don't go your way, and you have to do things to overcome that. But, it seems like the last few games we've watched, the 50-50 balls have just gone horrifically the other way.
Yeah, it's like bad fumble luck.
Yeah. Jacob James with back-to-back free throws to cut the Wildcats lead to 32-31 here. 2 minutes left in the third quarter of play. Justin Waller with the ball now, kind of running the show for the Wildcats. Just looking to find it. And there, Wildcats running flex, not incredibly well. Kind of missing their screens there.
For flex to be effective, you got to have good screens, and you got to rotate that a couple times and make that guy bounce through that paint there a couple times.
And they're back in it, but no urgency here. And it has broken down officially. Now they're running weave. And Waller's going to take a shot, almost pins it between the backboard and the rim, bounces off Gavin Luna's face and goes out of bounds. And, I ran flex in high school under Coach Keith Finkbeiner. We ran it a little bit with the coach before him, Jeremy Berquist.
Yeah.
We got very good at all the nuances and options out of flex.
Out of screen, good screens.
Yep, and you find your spots, you find shots, you find guys in their comfort zones. As Gardam misses a shot there, a lot of contact. Wildcats would serve very well to slow down and try to run flex, because with the players they have, it would be the perfect offense for them, since none of the other offenses they've tried have really panned out.
At least it gives them, we would know, hey, this is their bread and butter. This is what they're going to, and how many times, if you run that enough, if you're disciplined, you get that little shot in the paint.
And right there, that was the perfect example of what you can get out of flex if you run it right. You don't have to stay in that same motion all the time. You get a good curl off a screen, you get a wide open look like Gardam just did there. Fortunately for the Wildcats, he missed, but great look. Way to run the offense patiently. Timberlake,
this game has tightened up, hasn't it? We got a 1-point ball game here towards the end of the third quarter.
And Wildcats, see the difference here, and that was clearly a kicked ball. Gardam goes up, a lot of contact, gets the bucket, and Jeff Nearing has a very serious claim to being upset here.
Yeah, that's a bad sequence there for the Cats.
It was a bad sequence off of a very obviously missed-kicked ball. I think every person in this gym saw that ball kicked except for the officials. Even the fans of the other team had a kind of a chuckle at, how the luck,
Yeah,
it kind of goes along with those 50-50 balls, though. Sometimes they just don't go your way. Gardam puts the free throw in. Wildcats now back down 34-32. 20 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Hey, Atkins back in the game. He's ready to rock and roll, but we'll see if he gets any help from his bandmates here. He's got 4 guys that need to step up.
And an errant pass from Graydon Nearing to no one. stolen by Kistler, and Timberlake's going to have the option to extend this lead. Kistler will pull up from deep. No good. Rebound. Kind of an odd rebound between Graydon Nearing and Dylan Kluss. Kluss was able to get kind of an odd shot off, but at the end of the third quarter, Timberlake has taken a 2-point lead over the Wildcats, 34-32. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter. Thanks for watching Channel 3 Silver Valley Sports Live. And we're here with the fourth quarter. It's going to be Timberlake ball, and both teams coming out of that huddle. They're both looking like they're ready to rock and roll here in Kellogg.
That's right.
It's going to be Timberlake ball to start out, and Wildcats have kind of, I wouldn't say dug themselves a hole. They're only down by 2, but, you know, it hasn't felt even remotely like a good. I mean, after that opening salvo from the Wildcats, where they've scored 18 points through the last.
Pretty bad since.
They've scored 14 points over the last 16 minutes. Atkins finds Graydon Nearing in the corner. He'll spy a 3. It's up off the back iron. Luna with the rebound, long rebound, finds Atkins. Atkins dumps it off to Miller. Miller back in the game, playing with 3 fouls. He has the ball. And the Wildcats would do real well to clear out a little bit here.
Look how they're clumped up.
Just so clogged up over there, and it doesn't allow Miller to use his speed. Ball movement from the Wildcats at a premium right now, though. Luna goes up. Nope.
Take that up, big guy. Take that up.
The Wildcats moving the ball, I mean, exceptionally well, and I might have jinxed him a little bit there. Brandon Miller with the ball.
I want to see Luna assert himself down there.
Miller has the ball stripped, and Gardem goes up for the dunk. And this place just went nuts. Gardem with the two-handed flush.
Boy, he got up there quick.
He knew that he had the lane. He didn't want to get beat, and Luna's shot is blocked. Miller with the ball, tries to go up, off the glass, and good. Good answer from Brandon Miller.
Boy, they're fortunate they got some points there. They needed to get kind of everything settled back down after that monster dunk.
That was absolutely a momentum builder for the Tigers, and then Miller's shot, kind of a momentum killer. James answers with a little jumper of his own.
Opening things up here a little bit.
Tyler Ortley dumps the ball off to Miller. Miller can't get a look, finds Luna. Luna from free throw land, off the back iron. He thought that was going down just as much as everyone else did.
Kind of thought about it. Just a little bit of a second he thought about it. If you just would have pulled the trigger, I'm sure it would have gone down.
Well, Wildcats began this game on pace to score 72 points, and right now they look like they might not even get to half of that if they keep shooting the way they are. Kluss with an open look, can't hit. Rebound Dickinson. Jacob James gets a look, no good. Rebound Miller. Graydon Nearing in transition, fires a crazy pass to Atkins. Atkins dumps it off to Ortley. And a crossover step. Can't hit. Rebound Kistler. And Timberlake will take their time. I can't say that I blame them. None of these teams benefit from a track meet.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this is a track meet all of a sudden.
Graydon Nearing with the kind of the good footwork there. And Kluss lands out of bounds with the ball. But once again, we're back to the exceptionally physical style of play. The officials letting it go. For a while there, they tightened things up, but now they've kind of loosened the reins back there. That was a lot of contact there between Graydon Nearing and Dylan Kluss over on the sideline. Fortunately, like we said, the ball will be with the Wildcats, but my goodness, the last the first 2.5 minutes of this quarter have been played at an absolutely frenetic speed. And you know, if I'm Jeff Nearing, I'm trying to tell him to slow down, you know?
Yeah, it's like, here's what I'm seeing, too. Was that Gardem that threw that down?
Yeah, that was Gardem.
Ooh, I just lost you.
That was Gardem that threw that down.
Do you still have me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I can't hear you. We'll have to, we're shorted out or something. Gardem, you know, the energy picked up there, but ooh, yeah,
We're better.
let's go. All right, let's mute. We'll be back. Technical difficulties.
I can't even hear anything.
Yeah,
Oh, now I can.
I can't hear you. Here, you take this one and go with it, 'cause it works.
Sorry about that. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty right now. Simon's going to try to get that headset fixed. Graydon Nearing's shot misses. Rebound, Wildcats. Atkins will spot a three. And it finds the bottom of the net. It's a 37-38 ball game here. Wildcats staying true to their press now. It's a 2-1-2. And, ooh, Dawson Kramer dribbles through, has it poked out, ends up on the ground. They call a foul after he slid. Kramer voicing his displeasure to Coach Mike Minty, who kind of gave him a little bit of a warning to just keep playing. Kramer with the ball, and Kramer has been very good in a kind of a replacement role after Wilfong, who I am told might have a mild ACL sprain. And the physical nature of this game is starting to get to the point where you're going to hear the Kellogg and Timberlake crowds get into it a little bit as Kramer and Graydon Nearing are mixing it up, a little extracurricular activity there in the paint. Both teams trying to find something here, some sort of spark to get this game going. Gardem misses the front end of this two-shot free throw here. Misses the second one. Rebound, Luna. Wildcats coming back. Miller with the ball. Kicks it ahead to Tyrell Davis. Davis picks up his dribble. We're going to get a foul here, and now the officials are going back to tightening things up. You know, it's frustrating as a coach and as a fan to watch this, but I have to imagine it's even more frustrating for the players down there. 1 minute you're allowed to play a little physical, a little bump and grind style play, and then next play you're getting kind of a ticky-tack on the arm as the Wildcats try to go inside to Luna once again. Ball tipped out of bounds in favor of the Wildcats. So Wildcats with all the opportunities in the world to score the basket here. Tyrell Davis goes inside to Luna. Luna out to Miller. Davis comes and gets the ball. Ball fakes over. Opens things up. Back up top to Atkins. Atkins trying to right this ship right now. 4 minutes played here in the fourth quarter. Brandon Miller throws a pass and is bailed out by Kistler bobbling that pass. And Jeff Nearing was a foot away from Miller to let Miller hear how he was not happy with his decision making there. Logan Jerome gets the inbounds pass, goes up, retakes the lead for the Wildcats. And we've got ourselves a bit of a barn burner here. Jacob James and Kramer going to work the ball ahead. Guard him back up to Kramer. And with Kistler out there, it gives them a floor stretching option. They're going to find Kistler cutting right down the middle for a wide open two. And Timberlake once again on top, 40-20 or 39.
I think we're back. You got me, Matt? You got me now, Josh?
I can hear you now.
Okay, so there's a little bit of a technical difficulty here in the NASCO skybox.
Miller fouled on his way to the basket, and I don't know if they're going to call that on. They're going to call that on the ground. I actually think that was an attempted shot, and then he passed out of it after the foul.
And that's not a bonus either, so that's going to be a significant call.
That's 4 on Kramer, though, and with a tight ball game, Coach Minty's going to have to save Kramer for a potential overtime or a late game situation when they need a ball handler. Inbounds pass is tipped, and you know the frustrating part is when you see these mistakes being made, a lot of times you want to see the kid get upset, disappointed.
Yeah.
They don't seem to show a whole lot of emotion when, oh my goodness, Brandon Miller drawing a huge charge there. He set up for that as soon as he saw Jacob James take his first step.
So that might be the sparks the Cats need. You know, it wasn't a dunk, but that's a big momentum shifter right there.
And I'm looking right now, the lineup they're bringing in was the lineup that went on that big run to start the game. Midway through the first quarter, this was the group that pushed that lead from a 7-0 ball game to an 18-3 ball game. And I'm hoping that they can find some of that spark again. Atkins running off. He's going to get a look in the corner. Doesn't take it.
I want to see the Wildcats work an offense and get a good shot. That's not what I want to see. I want to see them work the ball.
And if that shot had gone in, we would have been praising him
we probably would have,
for cutting through the middle right there. But
right, it was a good cut, but
you can't be taking that shot fading to your weak side there.
Wildcats are going to have to dig deep here and get a couple of defensive stops and then get some
There's
offense.
One.
There's one.
Ricketts with the pickpocket dribbles in. Dickinson with a lot of contact there. And Ricketts goes to try and plead his case to the official. How, you've got to be understanding for Ricketts there. As he went up, he took contact from Dickinson right in front of the official, who did not deem it worthy of a call, especially after, again, we go back to the up and down officiating of this ball game. And, when it's both ways, but it seems to change direction.
I think what happened there, I think, and it's refereeing, they're human, but Ricketts picked his dribble up so soon and went up, and he probably mistimed that.
Right.
But that's still a foul. You know, like it just didn't look clean, so they didn't give him the foul. It still should have been called a foul.
Right now, Graydon Nearing finds Gavin Luna. Nice little no-look pass. Luna takes some contact there, finds Nearing cutting through. Nearing's shot is blocked partially. 2.5 minutes left. Wildcats trailing 41-39. Wildcats need desperately to get a stop and a bucket here. Kistler with the ball. Timberlake working it around. Luna baited Kistler into doing that, and Kistler's going to pick up the cheapy foul there, 90 feet away from the basket. That is one of those fouls that you get upset if you're a coach because it was not necessary. And that as a player, because you made a good play to try and get on the ball, and your momentum is what caused the foul.
Right.
Atkins is going to go to the line here for a 1-and-1 situation. And if he keeps shooting the ball, and Luna, or I think Coach Mike Minty was trying to get Luna at the line, but in fact it was Brennan Atkins who took the foul. Atkins' shot is up and in, and like we said, it feels so good as soon as it leaves his hands.
It does look, that rotation is exceptional.
The rotation and the follow-through is, ideal. When you coach a kid to shoot, that's what you want it to look like. That's what the picture in the book is.
He is 4 for 4 from the line.
And right there, Wildcats tried to force one. Gardam gets a look, no good. And Dawson Kramer flew in there, could have picked up foul number 5. Jacob James is going to try an open three off the side of the rim. Rebound, Atkins has the ball stripped away, and Timberlake is going to take a timeout. And the Wildcats
had possession, played good defense, and then
bad decision to try and throw a full court outlet pass.
It's almost like they get caught up in it. They hear the crowd, and it's like they gotta get it all right now.
And I don't know how much of a video game player you are, but I still buy every NBA 2K title that comes out every year, and I will sit and play it till the wee hours of the night when I get my work done. It's how I end my day. I think it's fine.
Decompression.
I think it's fine-tuned some of my coordination. But in that game, you get the ball in, and you can move the ball up the floor, and the AI allows you to.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these passes they throw are so 2K-esque. I have to wonder if they're just like, oh, dude, he'll get it. The AI will show up.
It's like that 2K effect.
Yeah. Kramer back in the game playing with 4 fouls here. Picks up his dribble. Fires pass out to Gardam. Gardam had all the lane he wanted there. He doesn't want to shoot a 3,
He didn't even look to shoot that.
He's not looking to shoot a 3. Jacob James will pull up, though, and that's almost a guarantee for him at this juncture.
Jacob James having a big game.
And a ton of contact there. Ricketts just not having, it's not his night. Atkins going to have to get up into his man here. Kramer's going to get an open look. Minute 10 left here in the ball game. Kramer trying to get a look, picks up his dribble. Kistler with the ball, and we're going to get a foul on Luna. Not a horrible foul. It's a 1-and-1. Minute 6 left, putting Kistler at the line.
You know, a streak you didn't mention, Josh. You mentioned the IML streak, which has been broken, but that's still the home streak. The home IML streak is at stake. I don't know what, that's probably roughly half of that.
I would say it's probably right around 23.
Sure, and that's in danger now.
And that would be, and I've seen Wildcats in tougher situations than this. Kistler's first free throw is good. Nice left hand free throw from Sheldon Kistler. Wildcats, the way the offense started out this game, I wouldn't worry about this, but the way it's gone for the last 23 minutes.
Yeah, this feels like a 10-point lead the way they're playing offense right now.
And Jeff Nearing's going to take a timeout here, and even just corralling passes. You know, if you're Coach Nearing, what do? You have guys dribbling into the key, going up strong, taking a little bit of contact and completely airballing lands.
Yeah.
You have guys
trying to throw 2K passes.
Throwing 2K passes, passes behind their guys, passes where no one's looking.
Yeah, it has not been a good night, especially on the offensive end. You know, defensively, if you're holding a team mid to low 40s, you're doing a pretty good job. But if you have a quarter where you only score 4 or 5 points, and you start out with 18, and you're almost the end of the game, and you're sitting at 41, something's not going right. So.
Well, and we don't want. I'm not taking anything away here. But I look at, Timberlake clawed back into this game, but I'm not any more impressed with their performance here tonight.
Yeah, it's been pretty ugly on both sides.
I mean, right now they're winning. They're getting the best of a bad situation here. The Wildcats could do well to get a good bucket and a stop here. But
there was a stretch there when they broke Kellogg's press in the third quarter repeatedly that sparked them a little bit. There's Gardam's dunk. And the only other thing that sticks out to me is James is hitting everything, and he's playing right within their offense and making an impact. And it's everything that Kellogg is not doing. Kellogg, I don't know what offense they're running. I don't know what they're trying to do. I know they're trying to score, but I don't know how they're trying to score, other than Atkins just trying to put him on his back.
Right. And Atkins has a look there. They're trying to go inside. He loses the ball, gets it back, and he's going to be called out of bounds. You know, unfortunately, there's also the looming specter of the missed double dribble and the kick ball, which both led to points here.
Yes.
And just bad luck situations. Good switch there from the Wildcats. Graydon Nearing didn't stay with his guy, though. And Timberlake's going to turn the ball over. So things getting interesting here. Wildcats with 42 seconds left to either win or tie this ball game.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to get quick points here, and then they're going to have to turn up the defense. Probably Nearing will take a timeout if they get points here.
Right. Nearing dribbles in, off the glass, and once again, the thing that we talked about.
He's going to go without the timeout. He's going to see if they can break this press.
And no one is there in position to do it. Kramer almost loses the ball, and we're going to get a hold. Oh, we're going to get a timeout before. Mike Minty wanting the foul called. Brandon Miller wanting a jump ball. Coach or referee Craig Teft calling a foul.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that became a timeout. That was either a foul or a jump ball.
That should have been a jump ball before it was ever a foul.
I agree.
But Minty made the right call and did call the timeout in time. So, you know, until that whistle blows jump ball or foul, Minty calls the timeout, secures the possession. We don't even debate that. But I have a real hard time with Craig Teft not calling a jump ball until it becomes a foul, because Kramer's natural instinct is to pivot with that ball after it's already tied up.
Yep.
And when we have these three-man officiating crews, mistakes like that aren't supposed to happen.
That was definitely the least likely to be the call.
Yeah.
You know, like that should have been a jump ball.
Right.
And by the way, possession arrow Kellogg if that was a jump ball.
Right. Wildcats here are going to have to play some tough defense here. They don't want James to get the ball. James is going to dribble in, fires an air pass. Kluss gets the ball, And they're trying to foul Kramer. Kluss is going to get the ball. He's going to eat the foul. Kluss, a decent free throw shooter, has had some struggles here tonight. Graydon Nearing at one point had a handful of Dawson Kramer's jersey. Officials not calling it. It's going to be double bonus, so it doesn't matter. He will shoot 2 with 11 seconds left here. Wildcats just have to hope that one of them misses. First one is good from Kluss.
That's a clutch free throw
by a kid who's had a tough game.
By Kluss.
Yeah. Kluss's shot there is up, and the second one is off the back iron, and we're going to get a timeout from Nearing. Full timeout from Coach Nearing. They're going to have 10 seconds to try to find something to tie this ball game up.
We got to find some points somewhere, don't we?
Wildcats electing to put all of their shooters in. You know, and if you're the Wildcats, you got to spread the floor right away. You got to give Atkins.
Maybe a penetrating kick or something.
Atkins and Graydon Nearing the ability to get into the key, because, you know, if I'm Coach Minty, I'm telling you, if they get inside the three-point line, you just back off.
Yeah.
Let them shoot that shot, whatever. But if you're Coach Nearing, you're telling them, yeah, you get in the key. Hopefully you draw them off, have them make that mental error, and you find Raiden Ricketts, Tyrell Davis, somebody in a corner somewhere.
Now where are we getting the ball? Are we down here on the other end? I was going to say that changes the equation. I was going to say a really quick, just take it to the rack and get a quick 2 and hope you get a steal, and then you still probably have 5 or so seconds to then do a 3. But I think going the length of the court, I think it's 3 or nothing.
Now, I would be remiss if I'm in this situation coaching, I'm not pressing.
Just some pressure to make it.
Yeah, and Minty's telling him to back up. He just wants him to show pressure. Atkins is obviously the guy taking this shot.
There's plenty of time to get a good shot here. I hope we don't panic.
Nearing still has a timeout. They're arguing spot of the ball. That ball was rebounded out.
Yeah, it was brought in.
If it's inside the arc, it automatically defaults to underneath the basket. So that's an old officiating rule that I was taught. As long as it's inside the arc,
then it goes back underneath.
It goes back underneath.
Well, I wonder if that impacts Coach Nearing's strategy, because.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he got the ball up real quick and they called another timeout, but Atkins fires one up, and the game ends with a 46-43 shocking comeback win for the Timberlake Tigers.
That's a big win for Timberlake right there with league standings and everything else. I'm calling this an upset, even though Kellogg and, it's been pretty even, the IML. I'm calling this an upset on the road.
I can't believe that was the shot that was drawn up out of that timeout. Atkins had a look, but that can't be the look that any of them wanted.
No, I agree.
That's got to be very frustrating for the Wildcats, for the coaches. Timberlake picks up a big road win here. They've now beaten everybody in the league. The league is squarely in their hands. They have knocked off Priest River, Bonners Ferry, and Kellogg.
Yeah, Wildcats got some. I mean, it's just more. They got more work to do, and they don't have. They don't have a lot of time to practice it out. They've got 3 games this week, plus Brawl for the Ball, so they got Wallace on Monday. They got Bonners coming,
and then Priest River,
and then St. Mary's. So it's not getting any easier for Kellogg. It's going to be tough trucking.
This is going to be a heck of a week for the Wildcats. Hopefully they can gut it out. Well, that's the final score, a 46-43 final for Channel 3 Silver Valley Sports Live. And for Simon Miller, I'm Josh McDonald. Have a good night, guys.
Go Cats.